Hello there, yours truly CLJ coming inside my office with a very special candid video of my little creating with CLJOATS and the timelines that I have inspired and copycatted from the MCU, from Marvel and Disney, and the DCEU or the DCU or reboot from Warner Brothers and DC Comics. They have their universes, but you know what? Guess what's had their own universe that's been in the making since the 90s, early 90s. Yours truly. Hooray, hooray. Welcome to the universe of CLJOATS. And kicking off with my universe of my books and the sketchbooks. Originally started off back in 2012, started writing it in 2018 with the Steampunks of Tinselheim and its books. And I've been selling lots of copies, just a little bit of copies of that. Lots of copies, a little, humble. So about $1,000 worth of it, and I'm looking to sell more. So thank you, Steampunks of Tinselheim, which is not a part of any of the series that I'm going to present in a little bit, but it's there. It was the one that kicked off the CLJOATS series that I like to call. Starting off with the first one. Drum roll. The Topaz series, as you can see on the picture right now, the Topaz series. In this book, Gigaton Network Soldiers, that I have, that is available right now for purchase, that I have released it back in February. I sold a couple of copies and I'm looking to sell more, ladies and gentlemen. All my books are going to be $10, and for the sketchbooks, which is I'm gonna take care of them when I get my Topaz series, the Topaz series taken care of. I'm gonna take care of that, or during the downtime, because I plan on writing from now up until 2026. I am going to write 6 books each of the year, which is going to be a grand total of about 27. 27 books laid out the same way as I have presented with my Steampunks of Tinselheim, the Gigaton Network Soldiers. The Mac and Luke series is now complete. It's now done. And I am working on a new series that is almost complete with the writing. The Metans of Andromeda. I've been working on that since, this month, ladies and gentlemen. I give myself 1 month to complete a whole book, which is 10 chapters, so they're all short stories, but they have a lot of content in them. So yes, indeedy, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeedy. Oh yeah, so that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been taking my weekends off and just grinding away, building my universe. And that's why I don't attend movies no more. I only do live streams, which I gotta start doing live streams again. But most of the time it's pretty much me just getting these books done, getting these books taken care of, and with the now disclaimer, as you all know, that I am a true one-man army. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't afford to have a staff inside my office. So that's why that what you see is all from me. The writing, the script, the books, editing them, putting them together in PDF, because sadly I tried doing crowdfunding and every time it just doesn't work for me. Because sadly, in this day and age, to get crowdfunding, you have to be a clout chaser. You got to grift and drift, and no, that's not what I stand for, and it's definitely not what CLJO stand for. So sadly, I'm just going to have to just do this. I just have to just take the budget way, but And I do try to make my works look tip top, look professional like. I'm not. You guys are getting 10 chapters with 2 post chapters for my books. Again, Gigaton Network Soldiers complete, fully done. Mac and Luke's fully done, and now the meetings of Andromeda got that done. And then I'm gonna take my break in June and July, and then I'll return in August for Coat Hammer. You'll get the details about that as it's shown inside the at the picture with a Topaz series. And why do I call it Topaz series? Because originally, way back in the day, in the early 2000s, I called the Topaz series was my yellow series. The yellow, since I've been using markers and crayons. And so Gigaton Network, so that was created 92, by the way. Mac and Luke 97. The Meetings of Andromeda 2014. Cold Hammer 2009. Quantum Tech of Aeon about 2000. Well, 2000, right on the nose. And the Dashing Eagles, Treasures of Explorers Inc., all the way back in 2014. 2014, ladies and gentlemen. So my series are all over the place, but and with the sketches that you're all going to see as I do that. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what you're going to see with the Topaz series. And now we're going to go to... Oh, I forgot to talk about the Topaz series, but since it's going to be this year, that's why I decided to do it. But you know what? I'm going to go back on it. So August this year is going to be Coat Hammer, a tale of a highly trained law enforcement crime fighting organization called White Rings, the last line of defense and the last bastion against crime, menaces to society, and to sever hostile threats. A gang of individuals wearing street hockey gear with a scythe and a couple of overseers terrorizing the city. Coat Hammer with Detroit Lawrence and Kimberly Halliwell happily takes charge and is seeking to disband and disarm the bad guys. And to my Quantum Tech of Aeon City of Aeon, a tale of corporation in the fields of weapon technology and robotic mechanics called Quantum Tech Industries, controlled by a collective of high political officials supplying their home city of Aeon, a nation across the globe, and also with highly advanced state-of-the-art weapons and supplies, led by Ethan Crusader and his team of scientists and technicians and engineers, highly advanced in all the fields. As their pet project, Android Quaid goes on a rogue and runs amok in the quantum compounds and then broke free into the city streets of Aeon. Crusader and his team goes to Plan B. And ending it in November, the Dashing Eagles, the Treasures of Explorer Inc., a tale of a team of high-flying, death-defying stuntmen who call themselves the Dashing Eagles, seasonally known to entertain the residents and cities of Albatross, and with their uniquely designed airplanes. Recently, several rare artifacts were stolen in an archaeologist museum corporation called Explorers Inc. After hearing the news, the Dashing Tales asked to see if they can acquire each of the 8 artifacts for a fee. Explorer Inc. surprisingly happily accepts their demand. Coming in 2024, next year, Lord willing, God willing, everybody willing, I'm willing, the Sage series from yours truly is CLJOATS, creating CLJOATS. Going to begin with Gaia World next January. I will give you the descriptions down below. In fact, let me go read them right now for you fine folks. A tale about a planet called Gaia, a place where anthropomorphic beings dwell there, gifted with special powers called Gaia Force, varies from the Gaians, the beings who live there. After the usurp and murder of the Gaian leaders, Exeter and Geraldine, the magistrate Nina, who was last seen with them, went on a run. Gaian guardians Conan, Serenity, and two Gaian youths lead to pursuit to find a magistrate and bring her to justice. Now, the next one will be Gravity, and next February. That is a tale of. Let's go find it. A tale of a boy named Gravity with superhuman jumping abilities, can even alter elements of air. Self-proclaimed hero and defender of the Magnadian jungles from any threats, harm, or chaos to its homelands. Now, off topic. Now, I do create my own characters, but I also create my own cities and worlds and globes as well, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a very current thing, even with the Topaz series. I mean, it's on Earth, it's in America, but the names are, even with the Steampunks of Tinselheim, it is something different because since I had a hard time drawing actual cities and, all that stuff, so I just said, let me just make my own. And coming in March next year, Space Fox, Space Opera's Finest. This is a tale of space base that dwells between Earth and Mars, called Space Opera, a defense bastion that homes the bravest, the finest, the strongest, the brightest, and the most skilled soldiers from all branches of military. Just earned the highest ranking ever, Space Opera's Finest, codename Space Fox, now seeking missions more for adventure's sake across the stars and galaxies. Lucky for him, a menacing and vile threat named Necron and his minions come knocking on Space Opera's door. The Space Fox, happily answers that door. That will be next March of 2024. Also for my birthday, the Big 4-0. The next one, it will be for the Sage series, as in the plant, a green plant, because this was originally the green series, because it's more likely universal, universe out of the Earth series, and compared to the Topaz, which is more ground to Earth and lots of mechanics to it. Spoilers, the Topaz. And the Super Animals released the Beast series. I will get into all the, when I created it originally next year. And let's get into the synopsis. A tale of genetic scientists Simon Walker and Harold Takashi, who specializes in animals and their genes, what ifs, and general data analysis found in a alien being crash land into their laboratory. After discovery, Dr. Takashi finds out Dr. Walker, been using alien blood to create an army of super animals. Yes, here we go. Now, when I created, all these stories are literally from the mid-90s to the early 2000s, by the way. Just been working behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. Working behind the scenes. The next one, by the way, the Super Animals is coming next April. And then the Actroni coming next August. Because I'm going to take that May off, the June, and the July off. Now this year, I was supposed to begin Gigaton Network Soldiers in January, but I ended up doing that, a month afterwards. So now we want to get into the Actroni about is a tale of a planet called Actron, where hostile forces from another planet invades Actron and invades the planet Actron, and there's a sole survivor that seeks to rescue his fellow Actroni kin. His name is Grigor. Alone, outgunned and outnumbered, goes to planet Zetan, where he alone faces and encounters the hostile forces who captured his Actroni family. That was created in 2000. And something that was created not too long ago in 2014. It's a weird name, and I just decided, I just roll with it. The Aang's a nemesis. A tale of a planet called Aang's, where many different life forms and beings with extraordinary talents and abilities under a king of peace, virtue, and principles, Lamont, after a uprising from Saturn and an anarchist of Aang's with his band of misfits, Saturn ceased to overthrow King Lamont and the entirety of Aang's for his own control and reign. Created in 2014. And when you get and that's about it for the Sage series. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And as soon as you get to see the images of the Aang's and images, you'll be like, whoa. You'd say it's truly out of this world. Yes, they are. And the seventh book from the Sage series is called The Dimension of Starfold with two A's. It's a tale of a celestial couple, Eurosi and Labyrinth. Yes, that's right. Her name is Labyrinth, so get used to it. I love exotic names with my characters, and you'll hear more of them too. Some of them I can't even pronounce, but I just rolled with it. Who's gifted in shape-shifting, space, and time abilities with the device they call Starfold that creates wormholes and portals capable of traveling across the universe and even beyond. As they begin tinkering with the device, they begin to ponder see if they can create their own planet or galaxy. During their tinkering, four beings from different points across the universe gets collected into their Starfold. The four beings squashes their differences and they band together. This one was created in 2014, ladies and gentlemen, 2014, and will be written November 2024. And now for the third of my series at CLJOATS, the Ultramarine series. Not the board game, not the Warhammer 40K, none of them, the actual color Ultramarine, the blue. Actually, this was my blue series before I changed it to Ultramarine. Wait until you get to see the image that I drawed of it. All of them is going to have images attached to them, as well different fonts for the stories and characters. Yep, and coming in 2025, Lord willing, knock on wood, all that stuff that I am able to get these done. Just the series ones, ladies and gentlemen. Because at least I know if anything happened in 2026, all of them will be completed. The series ones. And we're going to start off the Ultramarine series with Power Mission, OPS. A tale of an agency of espionage called Power Mission, based in the heart of Pearl City. Again, with the fictional names based off, the United States of America and all that. Recently, a Power Mission operative went MIA, missing in action, with content very vital to Power Mission. The Shadows were ordered to find the operative on the run. Coming January 2025. And that series I created back in 96, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is, because my whole childhood, especially summer, was just me being at home drawing. Even in school, that's all I did. I draw, I planned, brainstormed, and this is what you see before you now, 30 years later. Now, next is going to be coming in February 2025, The Killer Bee. A tale of about United Kingdom's most finest armed task forces of law enforcement officers called the Killer Bees, who's called upon when London's truly on fire and in peril and in dire straits. Wealthy socialites Alfred and Martha Siege, who was recently caught red-handed due to having their hand inside the Killer Bees' honeypot, goes rogue. The Killer Bees are called upon them to require them. Coming to February 2025. That was created in 1999 when I was in high school. Many, many changes of that book and story, I must say, of my friends and family and friends. Coming in March 2025, The Professionals of Avalon. And here we go with the synopsis. a tale about human-like beings who lives on a planet called Avalon, where hostile forces, not based off the X-Men, not based anything like that, by the way, where hostile forces from a neighboring planet called Galaxia took siege and chaos to Avalon, where a group of super talented and enhanced beings named the Professionals to take action and fight back from the Galaxian forces. Hozaris, the Galaxian leader, flees to the nearest living planet on Earth. That was created in 1996, ladies and gentlemen. You know, since I could draw a little bit, but then the story I just built on it and built on it and built on it, and all that good stuff. But yeah, and definitely can't wait to get to these. I probably say my favorite will probably be the Ultramarine series. That's more of my superhero, stories of the series. For April 2025, the Zarashan Knight, originally created as a RP character, role-playing character on DeviantArt back in 2006. I took that, ran with it, and created his own series. And 3, 2, 1, a tale about a planet called Zaris and its kingdom of Zaris, where decades ago, a ruthless and malicious tribe called the Sabertooth stormed the kingdom and slain many of its residents. Kalara, whose parents were victims to the Sabertooths, were taken in by the king and queen. And Elias, whose parents was also slain by the Sabertooths, he narrowly escaped from the war to live in Hurst, a mining region of Zaris. Elias, with a fiery desire to become a Zarashan Knight to justly take down them Sabertooths. Created in 2006. And it's going to be written in April 2025. The White Heart of Silverstone in August 2025. A story about a tale about a vicious, untouchable, and notorious crime kingpin, Dwayne Todd, reigning fear and terror over the city of Silverstone. Once again, with my names, fictional names. For many decades, as of recently, several sightings and reports of Todd's men have been found slain in literal calling cards around their bodies saying, "I am coming for you, Todd." And, we forgot something here. The Sound of Thunder. Coming September 2025, The Sound of Thunder. It is possibly my most unique of the Blue series. This is a tale about two families, the Hawthorns and the Hadleys. Darius Hawthorne Sr., founder of the Hands of Valhalla, an urban community outreach for the youth, local sponsors, and for the less fortunate, with him and his son, Darius Hawthorne Jr., partner to his dad by day and a bouncer by night. Maxwell Hadley, CEO of Hadley Banks for corporations and business ventures, and the individual in between of them both looking for a golden opportunity. This was created back in 2010. This was, I don't want to give nothing away, but the key word is thunder, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that in mind. And the 7th series, Meteor Mary. The Meteor Mary. We're going to be coming in November, by the way. Now, her tale is a tale about a family called the CLJOATS from a planet called DRs. Hal, an astrologist, and Tracy, a physician of the citizens of DRs, just having a newborn baby called Mary. Over the decades, Mary became something of a rebellion menace on DRs. Over the horizon, a hostile alien group called themselves the Invaders, who created a meteor-looking device capable of great powers and abilities in 2016. That's it for my Ultramarine series. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to my 4th and final series of my Kratom CLJ characters and books called the Amaranth series. The Amaranth series, the Red Plant. Originally, it was called the Red series. starting and kicking off in January 2026, called Total Annihilation. A tale of a family who lives in a place called Cradle that is above in the heavens and the stars above. Its father, Samson, its mother, Anita, and the daughters, who are sisters Isabella and Zao and Taya, who her nickname is Zao, guardians and protectors of Mother Lode, planet Earth, from any hostile threats, pearls, and chaotic beings and forces recently under the Galantians, a race of all-female deities led by their mother, Quetzalcoatl. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The mother of the Galantians is called Quetzalcoatl. When you come 2026, you'll see it, and you'll be like, oh, okay. Seeking to overtake Mother Lode and then the Cradle. I created these series back in 1999. That's right, 1999. Pretty much all I did in high school was just create these books that you see before you. Same thing in middle school. I just create stories because I was just withdrawn on school and education. So I just use all that and just draw them, write them, and there you go. Coming in February 2026, also created in 1999, Gala-based Neo-Zarz, a tale of collective of scientists, wealthy CEOs, and military join forces and create a living environment above blue planet Earth called Neostar, a multi-layered, multi-section space-based living quarters. Unfortunately, a resistant group under the guidance of Dr. Nicolette Stella, who has been against the project since day one, failed to sabotage it on Blue Planet decades before. Now, decades later, she now seeks to sabotage it in outer space. Let's see how far she's going to get with that one, ladies and gentlemen. And coming in March 2026, the Sei Kongai Ninjas. Sorry about that. On the picture, I did not put on the S after the ninja, so it's supposed to be the Sei Kongai Ninjas, the Demon Spirit, coming in March 2026. It is a tale of a time forgotten land in modern day Japan, where a clan of ninjas called the Seikongais were a demonic spirit walking about, mercilessly killing their families and soldiers on their own soil. The best of the best Seikongai ninjas comes together and to take on this demonic spirit and end its wake of blood and shed on their soil. This one was created in 2000, by the way. Same place where I created Gravity not too long after that. When I was at work at McDonald's, believe it or not. Even at McDonald's, actually in 2012, that's where I created the Steampunks of Tinselheim when I was on my break at McDonald's. Yeah. Idle mind is a great thing sometimes, so make sure that when you're idling, you're doing it for good. And coming April 2026, the Knights of Atlas. Let's see what the Knights of Atlas has for the Amaranth series. A tale about deity beings who are known as entities with extraordinary powers of might and magic. Most of the time, they act as more guidance to the knights, and rarely, if it's a life-threatening ending or scenario, they join in the fray themselves to protect Atlas, which is their Earth, and all life beings and resources across the galaxies. A resurgence of an underground race of giants, also gifted in might and magic, called the Zenkargagans. Seeking to take over Atlas, the entities grant several beings across Atlas powers of might and magic to defend against the threats wreaking havoc. This was created in 2006, same time when I created the Zards Knights. And coming August 2026, The Family Valerie. The Family Valerie, ladies and gentlemen. Now, keep in mind about the theme and the pattern that you're getting from the Amaranth series from yours truly. A tale of an archangel couple from Zephyria, a place beyond Earth and the stars and the heavens, protecting, warding, and vanquishing any hostile supernatural and demonic forces seeking to take over Zephyria. After having a baby, Casper and Agatha's celebration day was cut short by demonic forces led by Antares and his minions looking to take their baby. During the battle, Agatha requests their angelic servants to take the baby to a safe place far, far away from Antares and his minions. Created in 2009. The Journals of Curtis Greylord. Also created in 2009. Now, what do you have to offer? The Journals of Curtis Greylord? Let's read it. A tale about a realm called Vanguard, where supernatural otherworldly forces and demonic creatures of all shapes and sizes dwells there. During their war calm, pretty much the war calm is their peace period on Vanguard, a group of demonic Vanguardians conjured a very potent gateway to escape the protector of Vanguard. Curtis Greylord, city's forensic scientist and mortician on Earth, is called to action of many reports of citizens found deceased with the same mutilated lacerations and grotesque marks and bearings. And we go down to the last of the 7 books in the Amaranth series, something that I created back in 2019. So this is literally where I'm going to get it all complete and wrap it up with a nice bow on it with I Am Fitzgerald. I tell about a 2019 mass murderer who was a resident of Danbury, not in Connecticut. This is just the name I just whipped up. State asylum, but it could be in Connecticut. Shoot, why not? The home for the most heinous, most vile, sick, twisted, insane, and cold-blooded killers. Her name is Fitzgerald. She's been a resident of this asylum since 1994. Now, this is going to be based on the actual years. Fitzgerald's psychiatrist, Dr. Diane Dates, and the huge X on her forehead. She told several stories during the interviews on how she ended up with it. And the Amaranth series is going to be the last book series I'm going to write. Soon I get all the series done from the Topaz, from the Sage, from the Ultramarine, and the Amaranth series ones. Then I'm going to go back to Topaz and get on series 2s and keep on doing that. And pretty much by the end of this decade, I should have all the books all the trilogies completed. It's a long road, but it's possible. Just give myself some time off because I ain't really doing anything else. And now is the time to get this taken care of. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, and this comes to an end about all of my stories and all of that, and about my about my special news report and all of that. I promised you all, and hope y'all doing good and you take care of yourselves, and hope that you enjoy this video, like this video, sub to this channel. Show me your interest about any of these from the Topaz series, the Sage series, and support me and Bound Books Ultramarine series, and coming to 2025, and then ending it at the Amaranth series. But at least that y'all are getting the first series, and yes, and spoiler alert, they all have at least a trilogy, all of them. Yep, that's my universe that I'm going to be building by writing them. Book by book, step by step, day by day, month by month, year by year. So by 2030, you're going to have literally part 3s of all of them. Yes. DC did it, Marvel did it, Warner Brothers did it, Disney did it. I can do it. Yep, all it takes is just the will, the road, and life, and willing that nothing happens from now and then. And yes, and as always, you're going to get the demonstrations, the teasers for them, and get the images and the sketchbooks. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a most excellent and thrilling ride for you fine folks. And oh yeah, just want y'all to see what I've been doing behind the scenes and what keeps me going, what all that stuff. Because my social media is gonna be about creating stuff. I'm here to provide entertainment. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'm gonna end this video, and hope you all doing good. You take care of yourselves, and once again, subscribe. Definitely, yeah. If you have the free means, if you got the money, and buy my books, and help me, put me on the pedestal. And also, if you're looking for an indie creator, black indie creator, on a grassroots level, independent level, come let's do business. This is a place for an escape, ladies and gentlemen. And till next time, peace, love, and happiness. And thank you for stopping by and listening to all this. And yeah, let's do business. And